Hi, everyone. Welcome all of you to episode 6 of the Purposeful Dad podcast. I am your host, Suji, and along with me, I have again a beautiful speaker who is an Alpha Dad coach who is completely into science and spirituality and many other modalities with the intention of creating more purposeful dads. So help me welcoming Aman Juneja, aka Kabir. Welcome, Kabir.
With a huge round of applause, with a standing ovation.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh, it's creating a lot more of beautiful energies.
Right, exactly.
Yes,
So,
and
uh, yeah, please go ahead.
no, I was telling the clap itself has its own energies.
Exactly. It like it is believed to be, like it rides off all the low energies, right?
Yes,
Low frequencies at
it's
the
like dusting off.
dusting off, right? Right. So I think when our Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, during COVID, he asked us to bang utensils.
Yes,
The purpose of that was this one,
yes,
to wave off all the negative energies. Chale jao.
correct. And to create that wave of positive energy.
Everyone doing it right in
Yes,
across India, everyone at the same time.
yeah.
Which brings me to one thing which I wanted to share with everyone here, and we were discussing this behind the stage. Like we have been sharing about the journey of Alpha Dad, why healing is important, preparation for fatherhood. Don't it does not begin when you hold the baby in your hand, but it begins much before that, right?
Yes.
Unconsciously you already do that. We established that in last podcast. And then in the last podcast we also talked about lightheartedness, of being lighthearted in your journey of parenthood and within your own self as well.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with this example of Narendra Modi bringing the Mr. Narendra Modi bringing everyone together collectively and creating a collective energy. So now we talk about another dimension of Alpha Dad, which is the Alpha Dad collective community, right?
Yes.
So this whole journey of me being Alpha Dad coach and me receiving this or creating this purpose for myself, um, this is not a standalone journey.
Okay, so what does the community benefit out of it?
So first of all, why, like as I was saying, it's not a standalone journey. It's a
Yeah.
journey where all everyone whosoever has that deep notion of being a father, whether you are already a father, aspiring to be a father, or your journey is just about to begin, you have already conceived, no matter wherever you are in your journey, right? Or just like me, maybe it's just your deeper feeling, deeper instinct, or maybe just you want to be father to your own self, to your own life. So everyone coming together with this creator's energy inside of you, this protector's energy, this creator's energy, that this energy of a leader, and then forming that commune, a collective, and giving that space to each other where we can be vulnerable, where we can share, where we can create together, right? So the impact and benefits of this will be immense. And what I see as a vision is just like, I am an Alpha Dad coach and I am seeing an army of Alpha Dad coaches coming out of this Alpha Dad school, right? Based
Yes.
upon science, based upon spirituality, a deeper notion of doing something beautiful for this world, for your own self, for your own child, for the entire planet.
Yes.
तो impact तो बहुत डीप हो रहा है,
बहुत ज्यादा.
बहुत बहुत डीप होने वाला है. यस.
Yes, because it takes all of us to make this planet a beautiful place. And the more resourceful or the more, compassionate and passionate a father becomes, the child, imagine the value that child is raising with. Imagine the child cultured with those kind of elite values, right?
So
So, yeah, go ahead.
please, please.
So, as a child, because the divine, the first God that you see is your father and your mother. And when, as a father, if you are able to exhibit those qualities, those values, the child is, anyways, because there is no mind at that point of time. You are just soaking in like a sponge, right? So that's a beautiful phase where even fathers become more aware that how am I functioning myself? How am I behaving in front of the child? Or how am I conversing with the child? Or maybe with other family members because the child is watching, right? So it's a beautiful and a delicate balance. But then we need to understand that how do I keep my emotions in check? Like कभी कभी लगता है ना कि यार ये बहुत बड़ा काम है, हमको ये कैसे करना है.
हाँ. Right. Right. And more like, most often than not, then what with this notion, कि यार it's another task which I need to do. Okay. तो फिर वो मन नहीं करता करने.
सही में.
Because there are so many tasks we are already doing. ऑफिस का काम है, घर के काम है. फिर
सही में.
इसी नोशन में हम फिर वो बच्चे को भी ऐसा ले लेते हैं यार, वो बच्चे को भी लाइक वी हैव टू ब्रिंग हिम अप, हिम हर अप. सो that becomes like a task. The entire life starts to feel like a task. तो इसमें अगर कोई बोल दे तुमको भाई हीलिंग भी करनी है, ठीक है,
हो
तो
गया.
क्या के भाई ओके, चलो भाई, अभी टाइम नहीं है, स्पेस
सही में.
नहीं है, स्पेस भी नहीं है और टाइम भी नहीं.
Correct. Because ever since you start your schooling, college, काम, शादी, everything is put with a perception of task.
बैक टू बैक. यहाँ ऐसे ही बोला जाता है ना कि ठीक है अभी स्कूल कर लो, 12 ईयर्स प्लस टू 14 ईयर्स कर लो, फिर कॉलेज है, कॉलेज खत्म कर लो, फिर तो सब बढ़िया हो जाएगा, फिर ऑफिस मिल गया बढ़िया है, नाउ शादी कर लो सब बढ़िया हो जाएगा.
Yeah.
दैट्स बैक टू बैक. वी आर लाइक स्टक.
सही में.
राइट. सो
And it's like
स्पेस
you're
नहीं.
going on and on.
राइट. सो देर इज नो स्पेस टू इवन लाइक वेलकम एनीथिंग.
Correct.
सुन भी लो. राइट. वो सुनने का भी स्पेस नहीं है कि अगर आपको कोई बोल दे कि यार मेडिटेशन कर लो, हीलिंग कर लो, तो चलो, क्योंकि लाइक allowing that input first of all would be the first step.
Correct. Because there's so much of blockage.
There is so much of blockage, and most often what happens is, eh, देखो, to be honest, like हमारे पास when we go into this cycle, right, when we follow, what do you say, how can we put it,
The face.
the the samsara, the
Oh yeah.
cycle, right, the cycle. तो
Correct.
now इसमें आप ये follow कर रहे हो, you are following the grind, you are following everyone, the path which has been laid. Now everyone is just walking on that path ऐसे करके ना,
Yeah. Horse.
क्योंकि ना like a horse, like their eyes are like this. अब जगह नहीं है ऐसे और ऐसे देखने की ना, जगह नहीं है. तो सेल्फ इन्वेस्टमेंट या सेल्फ को टाइम देना थोड़ा सा, टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड इवन सिट विद आवर ओन सेल्फ के यार क्या चल रहा है अंदर, वो सब के लिए टाइम ही नहीं होता हमारे पास.
सही में. We don't want to make time because बहुत कुछ है. The to-do list itself is so big when you wake up in the morning. अब
राइट.
इसमें हमारे लिए भी टाइम निकालो, हीलिंग भी करो. It
राइट.
becomes a heavy task. And when you were telling, what I realized was, because we are in this churn of task after task after task, somewhere we have lost being that playful. वो हंसी मजाक, that fun, that laughter, ये कहीं छुप गया है.
Right. Okay, coach, what was coach saying? A child laughs 700 times in a day.
In a minute, I think it's 400 times or something.
In a minute,
Yes.
400 times.
Yeah.
A small child, huh?
Yeah. Because उनको तो सिर्फ they're a bundle of joy.
मतलब उनके पास और कोई टाइम वो उनके पास और कोई काम नहीं है.
सही में.
मैं
Even if we give it
अपने
a try, our jaws will hurt. Like मेरे ऐसा लगता है कि जबड़ा दर्द हो रहा है. I'm not going to do it anymore.
no, look at me smiling, okay?
Yeah.
Look at my cheeks, look at my forehead shining, look at my
Very much.
watering.
Yeah. And that is what we need. But the moment, coach ने वो भी बताया था कि a child might smile 400 times in a minute, लेकिन हमको वही काम करने के लिए 1 साल लगता है.
हमें वही काम करने के लिए 1 साल लगता है अब.
Like हम लोग तो इतने, we have become so mastered in
You know,
task,
that's so right.
हंसना ही भूल गए.
However, now the catch is when people, why does it happen that हम ऐसे क्यों जीते हैं?
Yeah.
अभी ऐसा, like I was also in this zone only, okay? So I was also not aware.
Yeah.
ऐसे मैं
Same,
थी.
same here. High five.
Yeah. So, but maybe the journey took such a turn, all those events happened, pain came, and then some guidance was being given. तो वो फिर अपने आप ही ये हट गया, फिर वाइड हो गया व्यू. या राइट, पेन
Yeah.
को एक्सेप्ट कर लिया, एंड एवरीथिंग स्टार्टेड टू हैपन. So what I realized out of this entire journey was that actually, like, what do human wants? What do human wants in their life? If I ask you, Suji, beautiful relationship, happiness, right?
It's happiness and just that space to just be yourself.
Right,
That expression of who you are
right,
is what I want to embrace. Not
right.
something what people have forced on you. Just be yourself, be happy.
But अगर अभी मैं surface level बात करूं,
Hmm.
what you are talking is very deep and थोड़ा सा spiritual हो. Surface level बात करते हैं, ठीक है? क्या, what do a human wants? What do I want in my life? You said, you started right, happiness.
Hmm. Yeah.
Happiness in what?
In the work, what I do,
The work, what I do. It
in
must bring me
relationship,
satisfaction in my
yeah,
life.
right. Having a good bonding with my child, having good bank balance,
Yes. ठीक है,
right?
ये
Yeah.
सब चीज. And then you could also, अगर थोड़ा सा इसी कोई deep ले जाए, what you were saying, like self expression निकलना चाहिए.
Hmm.
That is also, once you have met all these things where your basic stuff is met, then you feel, like now you have space ना. अभी तक तो
Yes.
अभी तक तो आपका सारा स्पेस इन्हीं चीजों ने तो ऑक्यूपाई कर रखा है ना,
Yeah.
कि पैसा कैसे आ जाए, या मैं लाइक रिलेशनशिप को कैसे सही कर लूं.
Yes.
और बच्चे की बारी तो बाद में आती है, पहले तो रिलेशनशिप्स दूसरी सॉर्टेड नहीं है ना, अपने आप
Yeah.
से नहीं है, पार्टनर से नहीं है,
Correct.
बच्चे की बारी, बच्चा नेग्लेक्टेड हो जाता है.
Hmm.
बट व्हाट आई रियलाइज आउट ऑफ दिस होल जर्नी ऑफ सिटिंग विद माई सेल्फ was actually, when you sit with yourself, when you find time to just be with yourself, थोड़ा सा ही, चाहे 15 मिनट निकाल लो, 10 मिनट निकाल लो दिन के,
Hmm.
yeah, what starts to happen is naturally all of this, जो अभी हमने बात करी कि आउटकम चाहिए आपको लाइफ में, वो नेचुरली आपको अपने आप मिलने लग जाएगा बिना कुछ करे, जिसके लिए अभी आप इतना भागदौड़ कर रहे हो बाहर. When you are running, chasing things, chasing
Hmm.
happiness, when you sit, relax, be with yourself, your inner reality changes. Your, as I always say, your inner emotional legacy starts to shift,
Hmm.
reality shifts, and then the result of that, naturally, somehow your relationship will start to fall into line.
Yeah.
You will start attracting beautiful energies in terms of people, places, opportunities, resources in your life.
Hmm.
So the reason why I was not committing myself to spend time with my own self was क्योंकि मुझे ये पता नहीं था कि मेरे को बैठने से क्या होता क्या है,
Correct.
राइट? तो मे बी
Yeah.
दिस इज द रीजन दैट, लाइक जो मेरे साथ हो रहा था, अगर वो आपके साथ भी हुआ हो तो दिस इज द रीजन, लाइक पीपल आर ऑल्सो नॉट अवेयर कि बैठने से होगा क्या यार अपने साथ, प्रॉब्लम तो सॉल्व नहीं हो जाएगी बैठे बैठे, ऐसा लगता होगा शायद, क्योंकि मुझे भी लगता।
Yeah. लगता है
इसलिए
क्योंकि
हाँ,
just to add to what you said is it's not about even what we think. हमको वो thought आता भी नहीं है कि हमको हमारे साथ बैठना है.
राइट।
But I think what I personally experienced was when you sit just to yourself, the kind of, words that come from elders is like time waste मत करो.
ओह यस,
इतना टाइम क्यों वेस्ट कर रहे हैं यहाँ चुपचाप बैठ के.
यस,
So
कंडीशन।
in our mind, even when now there is nobody to tell me anything, थोड़ा वक्त निकाल रहे हैं, so automatically the mind is like, yeah, you're wasting time. Do some work, do some task, go do something. तो वो बैठने का वो जो इंटेंशन है वो भी fades away.
सो इट
This is a myth that the world has sold to us.
राइट, राइट, सो you always have to be doing something,
Yeah. कुछ करो, then you are worthwhile.
then
Then
you
you're
are
useful. If you're sitting idle, you're a waste.
right. So this was also happening with me 100%, like मेरे अंदर भी वही आवाजें आती थी, अमन टाइम वेस्ट तो नहीं कर रहा है, अमन टाइम वेस्ट तो नहीं कर रहा है,
Yeah.
okay? But actually, after all this while going through this journey of, you know sitting in park, so now it's 2011, 13 years, when I used to go sit in the park, nature used to tell me, you asked me this question 2 weeks back, I think, the
Yes.
podcast. What was nature telling you? Nature used to tell me it's all right, okay. So, and then naturally वो सारा stress कम हो जाता था, okay. Like I just used to be there. The whole life started unfolding spiritually. Journey I will share maybe, in the upcoming videos as we proceed, कि कैसे कैसे क्या क्या हुआ, and then where have I reached now, and what kind of energy am I in right now. But just want to say this, like Osho says one thing. Let's say, Suji, if I have had something sweet,
Mm-hmm.
it is very tasty, okay, and you ask me how does it taste like, I cannot explain the taste to you.
Mm-hmm.
All I can do is I can take a piece of sweet,
Mm-hmm.
I can put it in your mouth so that
Yeah.
you can taste it, so that you can have your own experience, and then you can share with me कि आपको कैसा लगा, right?
Yeah.
So we can, जैसे ये जो मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि why am I sharing this example of sweet, me sharing or you sharing that what really happens when we sit with our own self, just being,
Yeah.
doing nothing, will be our experience, but we cannot explain that. We cannot give that experience to others. We can tell them, we can invite them,
Correct.
we can invite them to give this gift to your own self.
Yes.
So guys, those who are listening to us, right, आप अपने साथ सिर्फ कोशिश करो 5 मिनट से ही शुरू करो.
Yeah.
Start with 5 minutes. In the moment you start enjoying, naturally you will increase the time. Be with
Yes.
you. Just start to observe your breath. Doing nothing, just observe your breath. Initially, yes, your body may feel restless because your
Correct.
body is not used to it, right? Your mind may feel a lot of thoughts will start to shoot in. Especially उस time पे और ज़्यादा आएंगे, bill देना है, credit card का bill देना है, ये करना है, वो करना है, all of that.
Yeah.
आने देना, कुछ मत करना, right?
Yeah.
This is this is a this is how you also parent your child. This is how
Okay.
you also parent your child. This is a perfect example. जैसे आपका mind और आपकी body ना, ऐसा समझो आपका बच्चा है.
Correct.
वो अभी शैतानी करना चाह रहा है, वो अभी भागना चाह रहा है, दौड़ना चाह रहा है, ठीक है। तुम बैठे हो, तुम एज अ पेरेंट बैठे हो, एंड देन यू आर ऑब्जर्विंग योर चाइल्ड। उसको
Yeah.
भागने दो, उसे जाने दो, इधर उधर जाने दो, कुछ 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 मत करो। यू आर जस्ट देयर ऑब्जर्विंग योर ब्रेथ
Correct.
साइड ऑफ यू। और अगर बच्चा बाहर है तो यू आर फ्रॉम अ डिस्टेंस, यू आर ऑब्जर्विंग, ओके,
Watching. Yeah.
watching from a distance. So you are still maintaining that safety, security for your child and for your own self. So see, simple practice of sitting with yourself also teaches us a beautiful lesson of fatherhood.
Correct. Yes, that's so profound that, people think, what do I sit and do? Like, बैठ के करना क्या है? They don't really get the step-by-step process of just be with yourself, even if it's to see your child, and just soak that moment. Your child may be learning to crawl or maybe trying to hold, fall, trying again. So for them, there is nothing like giving up. They keep doing what they're doing. But when you are sitting and you're just noticing what is happening, you are ensuring that now there is nothing else distracting me. You're just observing that moment.
Right.
So just observing your child, what they're doing, even that is a meditative state, right? Like not letting anything else interfere. You're not getting completely attached to something. You're just observing what is happening.
Right. Right. So you can even use that as a meditation practice, right? Like
Yes.
where you close your eyes and observe your own inner child, right? Your own mental happenings, and your body maybe want to move and everything. Just, it's okay. Just allow, don't fight that. And similarly, if your child is exploring until you feel that you need to protect your child right now, then take action. Otherwise,
Yeah.
अगर वो safe खेल रहे हैं, you are observing them, let them be, let them explore. Now what happens is, just like we control our own self. Another
Hmm.
lesson which is coming out of this is, just like, let's say मैं बोलूं कि अभी आप अपने साथ बैठ जाओ, okay, sit with yourself, then you will immediately, a negative thought will come, you will start to control it, you may want to cut that thought.
Hmm.
you, और पॉजिटिव थॉट आएगा, उसके साथ आप चल दोगे, या बॉडी में कुछ होगा तो आप उस पर भी अटेंशन देके उसके साथ चल दोगे, यू मे वांट टू कंट्रोल एवरीथिंग, ओके।
Yeah.
Similarly, we subconsciously, whatever we are doing to our own self, simple practice of just observing your own self, देखो इतना profound जा रहा है, exactly that same thing controlling you will do with your child also. ये मत
Yes.
कर, वो मत कर, वो मत करो, वो मत करो, मिट्टी में मत खेलो, okay. Naturally, it's instinctively happening with the child.
Yes.
Universe, it's being guided by the higher energy. उसको अभी पता, इनफैक्ट ये भी बोला जाता है ना, चाइल्ड, like for us, sugar we need to control or everything.
Hmm.
The child knows, like उनकी बॉडी को उस टाइम शुगर चाहिए,
Hmm.
okay, they need sugar, of course, then you need to let it happen naturally, don't introduce them to that,
Correct.
let it happen naturally, let it unfold naturally. However, so similarly, just like your child has that profound intelligence guiding it in the early few years, और वो हमेशा ही होता है, not just early few years, it happens हमेशा. Just like that, even right now, that profound intelligence is guiding you, guiding me, guiding Suji. तो हम अपने साथ बैठेंगे, हमारी बॉडी में पेन है, आप अपने साथ बैठोगे ना, आपको अपने आप बॉडी बताएगी क्या करना है, अपने आप पोस्चर चेंज जो भी हो रहा है उसे होने दो. लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स दिस हैपेंस, इफ आई एम बैक इज हर्टिंग, समथिंग इज हैपनिंग, आई ऑब्जर्व व्हाट इज हैपनिंग एंड आई जस्ट अलाउ द बॉडी टू मूव एज इट वांट्स टू मूव,
Yes.
बिकॉज उसको पता है उसका नेचुरल पोस्चर क्या है
Correct.
अभी, उसको क्या चाहिए,
Yes.
ठीक है, अपने आप वो पेन रिलीव हो जाएगा,
Yeah.
राइट.
Totally. With that, I think it's again a universal instinct that maybe you can take us through the process, maybe for a minute or two, so that people also get to know now that you have explained कि ये कैसे बैठते हैं, and even when thoughts are coming, how do you guide to, focus. Bring your focus again back to your breathing. So, हो जाए 2 minute, 3 minute, if you're fine.
All right. Okay. Okay. Uh, so, but the sharing is clear, right? Like
Yes,
that was clear. Okay.
yes. The
Okay.
theory is clear, but now I think practical
Let's
thoda
go
flavor
with
चाहिए,
let's
and then people can take it up their way.
let's give ourselves and our beautiful beloved community
Yes.
a beautiful experience. Okay. All right. So I invite you all to just sit comfortably. If you are sitting in a chair, you can place your feet flat on the ground. And if you can, you can also sit in a cross-legged position, comfortable cross-legged position. Ensure that your spine is upright and yet relaxed. You don't need to tense it. Keep it relaxed, soft. You can rest your palms on your knees, on your thighs. Keep your eyes softly closed. We will begin by taking 3 intentional deep breaths first. So gently place your right palm over your abdomen. Now take a deep breath in and feel the abdomen expanding as you inhale. Slowly exhale. Exhalation has to be slow and controlled. The more slower the exhalation, the more your body mind tends to relax. Take another intentional deep breath. Feel the abdomen expanding, palm pushed out. Slowly exhale the breath, very slow, intentionally, and feel the abdomen moving in as you exhale. Take another deep, intentional breath in. And slowly exhale the breath. Now you can gently remove your palm and rest it over your thighs once again. Your body is relaxed. Your spine is upright. Your eyes are softly closed. Now just start to observe the natural flow of the breath. Take your awareness below the nostrils, the area just between your upper lip and your nostrils, and observe as the breath is coming in, and observe slowly as the breath comes out. Slowly, by and by, observing every single breath coming in and going out. Feel the incoming breath. Feel the outgoing breath. Just one thought in this moment, or one intention, to be observant of your incoming and outgoing breath. As you start to observe your breath, your body may want to move. Just observe those sensations in the body and try to keep your posture comfortable and yet still. Don't force yourself, keep it light, keep it soft, but keep it still. Any kind of sensation which is coming to you right now, allow it to come. Don't push it, don't judge it, just allow it. Your intention is just observing the flow of the breath. Now, slowly, as the breath is coming in, follow the breath and see where it touches you inside. Is it reaching up to your throat, up to your heart, up to your navel? Wherever is it going, just observe that. And subtly also observe from where does it makes a U-turn and slowly starts to flow back out. Follow the incoming breath. Observe where is it going deep inside of you. Observe where does it touches you, makes a U-turn, and slowly follow the breath back as it comes out. If at any point of time you observe yourself being lost in your thoughts or being lost in any discomfort in your body or any kind of sensation, it's completely all right. It's completely all right to be lost. The moment you realize that you were lost amidst the thoughts or amidst the sensations in the body, the moment you realize, gently bring your awareness back to the breath once again. And once again, start to follow the train of the breath. Follow the breath coming in slowly. Feel where does it touches you inside. From where does it makes a subtle U-turn and slowly starts to come out. This beautiful practice which you are doing right now is helping you connect with your own self. And it is also a beautiful lesson in the journey for the preparation of your fatherhood. The more you are able to accept and observe your own self, being gentle, being patient, being relaxed, exactly the same happens with your child as well. In this moment, as you sit and observe your breath, you are allowing space to your body and your mind to express itself. You are allowing any kind of sensations to occur in the body. Not pushing them away, not judging them, just allowing them completely. You are allowing any kind of thoughts to flow in and flow out. Follow the breath. Anytime you find yourself lost, just like the nature says to us, it's all right. Feeling that feeling of it's all right, come back to the breath once again and start to follow the breath in and out, in and out, in and out. Now, slowly bring your palms together. Bring your palms in Namaste Mudra. First, start to take a few deep and long breaths. Start to become aware of your body. Move your fingers, move your toes. Take another deep breath, rub your palms together. Slowly place them over your eyes. Start to open your eyes with your arms placed over it. Give the energy to your entire face. Rest your palms over your knees. And as you open your eyes, look around for a moment and come back.
Thank you, Kabir. It was out of this world.
It was just like bringing up a child, right?
Yes.
The more space we allow to our own self to expand, to explore, to express AI, the more we allow exactly the same thing to our child.
Yes.
And please, maybe note this down, in bold letters. Your child and you both deserve it. You deserve it. जो भी आपको बोला गया है भागते जाओ, टास्क्स करते जाओ. That is not where creation happens. Creation happens here. So your abundance, your beautiful relationships are outcome of this space.
Yes.
तो करके देखो.
Totally. I think our viewers have also practiced along as you were guiding. And they would have, like, personally, I felt a lot of relaxation, a lot of stillness, like you're not interfering with anything. Chahe jo bhi chal raha hai, let it happen. You're just being that, how do I say, like that majestic mountain. You're just sitting, you're just letting it happen.
Right.
Here, there is no contemplation happening. And I think this is a beautiful tool that every father can take back, because if you look at their lives, like, I really salute them because they have a lot of responsibilities on their shoulders. Right? With all that, they come back home. They would love to give a lot more to their child also. But because of everything what they have been going through throughout the day, sometimes they find it very challenging to keep that calm, to keep that cool. Like we say, the cool daddy. नहीं हो पाता है.
Right.
But today, what you gave, how you took us through this process of letting us know that, how you need to do it. The how is more important. And then you get into the process. And then you took us through the practice. And now, even people would have experienced that calmness, that being centered. And now, whatever task they might be going to do, you might give more clarity and quality to it. And even with your child, you become more intentional now. You are consciously nurturing that little baby. And even if the baby is in your head, you are still living a beautiful dream in the present moment.
Exactly.
I know you can resonate with it very much.
100%. See, when we did this practice, no matter, no matter, we were also discussing a lot of things. We may be having a lot of thoughts as well with respect to podcast, community, all of that, right? But this simple few minutes of what we, sat, what it did was it cleared the mental space. And when the mental space is cleared, the emotional space is also cleared. No thoughts, emotions also, because thoughts and emotions go hand in hand. Okay. So when you say, fathers want to give, like it's a natural instinct inside of them to give, right? And it has nothing to do with money in the bank account, money in the pocket. No, already abundant. Paisa is a byproduct. Okay. They already want to give. But the thing is, their space has been occupied with so much stuff. कैसे टाइम मिलेगा देने का? कैसे, जब एनर्जी या स्पेस ही नहीं है? But what we did was we just created the space and by doing nothing, by allowing everything. हमने किसी को मिटाया नहीं, किसी को हटाया नहीं, किसी को पुश नहीं किया. And then what happens is the light fills you, who you are. That light is who you are. वो आ जाती है आप में, स्पेस बन गई. अब आओ, जिसको प्यार चाहिए आओ.
Yeah,
Right?
totally. Wow. It's such a divine expression. And I think this divinity comes when you give yourself that space. And it hardly took, I think, maybe 6 to 7 minutes or 10 minutes max for us to do this. And I think this is a beautiful gift, each one of us. It could be parents, it could be any individuals. If we can give this time to ourselves, life would become much more relaxed, calm, focused. Still, you get everything done. It's not that anything will get avoided.
You will get it done more beautifully.
Yes.
More efficiently, more beautifully. You will create deeper results. Outcomes will be beautiful for leaders, for families,
Yeah,
relationships.
correct. So much because just in these couple of minutes, what you guided, your voice, your guidance, the space that I felt within was enormous. And when you come out of it, it's more like, it's a quality bonding. It could be with the child, it could be with your work, it could be with whatever you're doing. That bonding is more deeper.
And it started with you.
Yes. And that's something we haven't learned. But now that you have told it and our people have heard it, the community gets more enriching now.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. And this is what we are here for, unlearning, relearning, deconditioning, reconditioning.
Wow.
Yes. AI, my friend.
Yes, yes. Kabir's quote. Yes. I mean, unlearning becomes a little challenging. I think we need to speak about it a little more, Kabir, maybe in the upcoming sessions. Because बहुत resistance आ जाता है लाइक यार मैंने इतना सब सीखा था मैं कैसे छोड़ दूँ.
भाई अगर हेल्प कर रहा है तो रखो, नहीं कर रहा है, सिंपल आंसर तो यही है.
Yes.
If it is helping you, you keep it. If it is not helping you, then at least start becoming aware कि मेरे को help नहीं कर रहा है.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it deeply.
Yes. For now, I think we have given, I mean, you have given a beautiful gift out.
It happens via us, like the energy.
Yes.
The
Because our intention was also to create a holistic community where they can flourish, they can nourish through everything that we are pouring out.
and I can.
And likewise, the abundance is flowing the other way also. We see the kind of humans who are watching, who are resonating with the content that we are sharing.
And the responses which we have been receiving is divine.
Yes. So it is all about reciprocity. What you give is what you receive.
Right.
And again, like Kabir said, it all begins with you.
It all begins with.
Right? When you give time to yourself, everything that you do in life, which we might think is difficult, like काम करना मुश्किल है, relationship manage करना मुश्किल है, parenting बहुत मुश्किल है. But then the moment you give time to yourself, everything becomes a piece of cake.
फिर
And
ये
you relish it. It becomes your experience.
exactly. Then this whole what right now may seem like a chaos or burdensome feels like a game.
Very much.
Like, okay, then you just traverse through it, like conquering stuff and enjoying the journey.
Yes.
enjoying yourself, taking your family along, your teams along, and creating something beautiful in this world.
Totally.
So,
And
Karo,
yeah, creation karo, because that is all what we are here for, to create, to co-create. Yeah, the more we can make this world a better place, I think the basic responsibility as a human you have accomplished, right? And that begins with taking care of yourself, taking care of your little one. What you feed into that little baby is something which would, define the future also, right? So it's all about, setting your intention right, giving your space, just accepting yourself as you are. And like how Kabir also said that, to unlearn and learn, right? Because that is a phase of life. Because everything what you learn is not needed always.
right,
It has a expiry date. It needs to be let gone so that you can build more space for something new to come in.
right, right, right.
So thank you.
And a father must never stop learning. When I say learning, learning is not just knowledge which you are receiving from outside. Learning about yourself, learning about inner world, your own emotions, everything. Right? Even this is the kind of learning. So
Yes.
whether it is for your own self. Now, when I say father, you creating your own life is also you being father to your own
Yeah,
life, right?
totally.
So
Yes.
in the past podcast, we have established different flavors of what a father is. A leader is also a father. A creator is also.
Yes.
It applies to everyone. But yes, since the podcast is dedicated to the purposeful dad, so eventually everything, whatever we are doing, is basically creating space for that divine child to be, to express, to explore, to expand.
Definitely. And I can't thank you more, Kabir, because every session is, taking us to higher responsibilities of what we want to give back to the community. At the same time, it's taking us more deeper to ourselves,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
Because what I get from you, it's all about invest on yourself. Could be to learn, could be to spend time with yourself, because what you give yourself is what will echo in a family of generations after generations after generations.
100%. That is what has been happening as well. That is what has been happening as well. Maybe in upcoming podcasts, we can talk about how the trauma travels from generations across. So
Yeah.
so what we are doing here is, another intention or another purpose which comes out for Alpha Dad Commune and Purposeful Dad podcast is from generational trauma, we are now moving towards creating a generational wealth. This wealth is internal as well as external.
Yes. And it all begins with you. For those who all are listening, for us, for each one of us, you need to be the center of your own universe. Only then the creation can be as divine as it is meant to be. And if you think that you need hand holding, you need that support, you need that step by step, because all these might sound Greek and Latin to some of us. Because we might not have heard it anywhere, we might not have read books on it, we might not have expanded or maybe given that space in our busy life, we might not have taken that space to even think about or consider this. In that case, I think you can connect with Kabir on LinkedIn, on Instagram. He's more than available to serve and support because we are here intentionally to create that Alpha Dad community where people can live with complete ease and peace with simple, easy tips. It's not rocket science, people. You can achieve it with the right mentor, with the right coach. And Kabir is right here. He's giving in this time. We are bringing out a lot more sharing out of him so that this reaches the world more. And when someone is giving it out with so much of open heartedness, imagine the space that he's opened up so that he can receive more and he can give out more. So I think we have 6 weeks back to back, a beautiful bonding that we have started making with our viewers, our people, and we are growing all together. So now it's not just the two of us. I think we have a mass of men, all fathers, to be fathers, aspiring fathers in the journey. And we really thank all of you for tuning in, for listening to us, maybe over and over again, and taking back those small, small learnings. Because whatever Kabir has shared and is sharing and will be sharing is truly life transformation. Right? Personally, for me, what I take back is focus on yourself, give some time to yourself, accept yourself with the completeness, whatever it is. And the moment you do that, you're taking care of your mental health. The moment your mental health is sorted, you embrace your emotional space. You embrace your emotional awareness, which makes, bondings more lively.
The flavor of your entire life will start to change. The fragrance of your life, the entire quality of your life will
Yeah.
start to change. Like मजे आएंगे बहुत, मजे आने वाले हैं,
सही में.
आ रहे हैं मतलब मुझे तो.
When you told fragrance, I could literally smell different flowers, flowers. This is what we learn from the flowers.
That's what we learn from the flowers, right?
Yeah,
Where does a flower radiates all that fragrance from?
correct. It's not for
हाँ,
them, but
but वो कहाँ से आती है?
correct.
अंदर से आती है ना?
Yes,
So we are also that.
yes,
We don't have one fragrance. We have infinite fragrances.
totally.
अभी मैं बोलूंगा आप आंखें बंद करो and you know smell the fragrance of a rose. You will be able to do it. Rose is not around, but you will be able to recall. कहाँ से आ रही है? It's coming from inside of you.
When you said fragrance, like खुली आंखों से, I was dreaming.
See, yesterday night, as I was sleeping, like all this was going on inside of me, inner fragrance. I could sense that purpose expanding, the fragrance all around. So this is a channel to that.
Yes, thank you. So let's keep spreading these fragrance. Let's keep supporting one another to grow, to heal, to expand our awareness so that we can create more purposeful, passionate, resourceful dads, fathers to take care of their little ones. And I would really want to thank all the audience who are here, who have been watching all the episodes back to back now, because without you, there would be a little dying out of motivation. We need you. We need you in our journey so that, we can keep stepping forward. So do follow us, do subscribe, keep your notifications on so that you can keep watching these episodes the time when it's released and take in as much you can. Share it with all the fathers to be, so that we can make this planet a much more peaceful, harmonious place to live along. And thank you, Kabir. Thank you so much for always being here, so generous, sharing. It totally means a lot. And we both will see you all again on our next episode, episode 7. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, keep unlearning, and enjoy this process of fatherhood.
All right. Until then, keep being the father your inner child deserves and your outer child deserves it. God bless you all. Take care. Immense love to you.
Thank you, everyone.